Another Black Monday here for the boys. And this one I would say has been more painful than the last few because I think we had the right guy, everything lined up. It's our favorite golfer, and I felt like someone
Favorite golfers.
Favorite golfers, Bryson and Vic, and I feel like, I didn't mean for this to rhyme, but I feel like I woke up and someone just stabbed me in the dick today. That's how I feel.
Just pain.
I dreamt about it all night, like I was having nightmares about it.
Just so much pain. Dude, couldn't have asked for anything more from Bryson.
How do you shoot 64 in a major? 64, 65?
64 he shot yesterday. 64. And he didn't fucking get 4 or 7.
I mean, do you blame him for not getting 4 or 7 and say that's why he lost? Or are we saying he did all he can do?
All right, so 7, I don't think 7 does not play to Bryson's advantage at all.
Right.
Because he can't bomb it there. Everybody's going up the left side. I didn't really like that hole. 4, he kind of blamed himself. He's like, I just didn't hit a good shot. I didn't have my A+ stuff, and I needed to hit that green. And I mean, he got fucked on the lie, right? But Xander basically had a similar shot and made birdie.
Yeah, it was similar, but I think Bryson seemed a little bit thicker. But I mean, all in all, end of the day, obviously you can look at a hole here and a hole there, but the point is he shot a 64 on a Sunday of a major and got to 20.
He shot minus 20. That's been done fucking 4 times, 5 times at a major, and they all won except for Bryson.
And he felt like the best player. I mean, I feel like Xander, I don't know, he did win it. I'll give him that. He did win it. He had some opportunities to make mistakes, and he didn't. I mean, the question is, does that course even allow you to make any real mistakes? I think no.
Only mistakes you make on that course are self-inflicting mistakes. Like Xander's mistake on Saturday, 15, that was his own doing. He was in the fairway. And then his mistake on 10, which everybody thought he was going to start to gag it. That's when it got really good there on 10. When that was a bizarre move too, to fucking take fairway wood out of that bunker. But he makes bogey there. I'm like, all right, we're tied now. Vic and Bryson both birdied 13. He bogeyed it. We're tied. And then Xander hit 2 big fucking bounce back birdies on 11 and 12. I really think that was the difference.
It was. But all of it just was horrible. I mean, he makes a 15-foot par
on 6.
And I just think, Bryson, Bryson is just the best ever. We'll get this in a second, but that tournament, man, like, if you play at a real course, Bryson wins.
What do you mean?
Like, if let me rephrase, if the finishing stretch was a typical major where there's trouble to find down the stretch, I think Xander would have lost it.
Wait, hold on. What about Bryson fucking drilling the tree and getting the bounce of his lifetime on 16?
No.
That didn't happen.
That happened, but God was looking out for Bryson because God's like one of us. He doesn't root for Xander.
Dude, I was so rock hard after he hit that approach shot on 16. Oh, my God. He was walking it and asking for it to be fucking good. Oh, my God. That was so fucking... Dude, I can't even describe how awesome it felt when he stuck that shot. I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
And while we're on the subject, we should talk about it now because I've already had to change my shorts a few times today, thinking about just Bryson's week in total. Like, if he is the fucking best guy ever. I love him. Like, there's a short list of people I would take a bullet for, and he's one of them.
Oh, dude, I would die for Bryson. He's just the fucking man. And it's like the live stuff, like when he went to, I think live is good for him because it allows him to do his other shit that he's always wanted to do.
That makes him happy. Yeah.
Yeah. And like the YouTube stuff, and he's built that facility in Dallas that he said he was going to do as soon as he got, that was the one thing. As soon as he got the bag from Liv, he was like, well, I'm going to build a facility in Dallas. And he's actually gone and built that facility in Dallas.
He is the best. And the one thing that I'm really frustrated about all week is I'm positively speaking about Bryson on Twitter, which I've always done. And people say, you're a live bot, blah, blah. Like, this has nothing to do with live. I would like Bryson the same amount no matter what tour is on. We've always loved Bryson. We've always root for Bryson. Like,
We've always stuck up for him, even during pre-live stuff, even when he was doing all that cringy stuff.
yeah, and we still stuck up for him. Said, yeah, he's quirky, but like he's genuine. This is who he is, and like that's why I always loved him. Even the Brooks Bryson thing, everybody was Team Brooks. I was always Team Bryson. I didn't like Brooks for a while because of it. We've been Bryson guys from day one. My first ever outright was Bryson at the Northern Trust 90-1. Like, it's nothing to do with live. I'm not allowed to like a player that went to live, and if I do, it's because I'm trying to suck up to live, whatever people are saying. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm so fucking sick of it. Everything being live versus PGA Tour. I just like the fucking player, man. And if you don't like him, you're an asshole. Because look at what the guy did all week. Every fan is rooting for him. So if you live in this little Twitter bubble where you think it's fun and cool because all the cool kids are making fun of live and making these fucking dumbass jokes all the time that only each other laugh at, like, go out, step out in the real world and see how these people react to Bryson, because the entire crowd was cheering for Bryson. He made 1 million more fans this week because of his antics and his celebrations and the whole thing with the crowd, with the kid taking the ball from him. So if you don't like Bryson, look in the mirror, because that's on you. It's not on any of us. It's not on Lib. It's on you.
How about those fist bumps too on Saturday after the Eagle chip in? Oh my God, that was just, how many times I jumped out of my fucking couch after he made a fucking shot? Like when he chipped in there on 6, when he fucking drilled that putt from off the green. Oh my dude, I screamed so many fucking times because of Bryson, and it's so fun rooting for the guy. Like, I know we lost the tournament. We came in second and third, whatever. Vic wasn't on the card, but whatever. We told you the entire time we still had a secret bet on Vic that we couldn't cash out of, whatever. But like, I had a great time rooting for Bryson this week. It was so much fun, man.
Dude,
so much fun.
Like, this is so I was going to go to a live event and cover it and go behind the ropes and all this other shit. But I feel like now I just want to go and just wear a full Crusher uniform and just follow Bryson around and just fucking root for him. Like, that sounds more fun.
How about that? All the post round interviews, like everybody's views. The winning Xander, the winner, 70,000. I think the next was JT had like 4,000. What did Bryson have, Devon?
I've actually got that up right here. So between Scotty, JT, and Xander, they have a combined 110,000 views. Bryson has 206,000.
It's crazy.
He has double the number one player in the world, who had a traumatic incident on Friday that was the talk of the fucking sports world. The winner of the tournament and the hometown guy. Double the views of those guys.
It's fucking insane. And people, like, I saw someone talking about that on Twitter today, and like, the replies were like trying to find reasons to why it's not because Bryson moves the needle. Like, they're trying so hard, twisting themselves in a pretzel to prove that Bryson isn't a big draw when he just is. Like, there's nothing you can say to counteract that point. It's just the truth.
There's 3 fucking draws in golf: Bryson, Rory, and Spieth. And I don't know why Spieth is, but he just is.
Yeah.
I hate that he is, but he is.
Devon, I know you have some Bryson thoughts as well.
Yeah, I mean, you said it perfectly. I mean, if you don't like Bryson at this point, I'm a day one Bryson guy, dating back really to 2018 when he won Memorial, and I was just like, yeah,
I was on that one, baby. That was a nice fucking celebration.
That was just, you could tell what he was becoming. He was living up to that resume that, as an amateur, if he would have won this week, he's in conversations that only the best ever are, just strictly resume alone, and certain accomplishments he has. And then just the electric factory. I mean, on the 71st hole of a major, 196 ball speed straight down the fucking dick.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
Got to hit that wedge closer, though. Got to hit that wedge closer, man. I wish we had that one back.
And on number 10, a 22-degree 6-iron, basically a 3.5 iron from 245, and he's screaming at it from the moment he hits it. I mean, he was just a ball of adrenaline that if you played 75 holes, he probably wins. Like, he could have kept going and going and going.
That fucking putt should have lipped out by Xander. He fucking cost us a fucking 3-hole aggregate. Live guy versus PGA guy. That would have been fucking so good for golf if we got a 3-hole aggregate playoff between those two.
Oh,
Then
I
you
can't
look
believe
at
that fucking
Bryson.
putt didn't fucking lip in. He wanted to lip out so fucking bad.
Yeah, and then you look at him while he's preparing. Well, one, he handled it just like a champ, nothing but graceful, which is nice to see. But also, he is just out there pumping, probably 196 ball speed on the range the whole time, just staying revved up. It was like an NFL linebacker on smelling salts on the sideline. I mean, he was just out of his mind. He's the best draw in golf. And if you don't like Bryson, odds are you started watching golf when everybody was on their ass in 2020, or you were told to not like him, or you're just a freaking loser.
yeah, it's one of the three. And I just can't get over the amount of shit I get online for liking Bryson. Like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Oh,
like,
you can't like him because he's on the Bonesaw tour. It's the
Yeah.
lamest joke out there. You're a fucking loser.
Seriously, it's the biggest loser ever. And don't tell me that golf doesn't need him, because it does. Like, you saw this yesterday. This is the first time I've seen so many casuals talking about golf, and it's all centered around Bryson. You think people are talking about how fucking cool Xander is after he tried so hard to miss a 5-footer to win the fucking event? Or do you think people are talking about how awesome Bryson is? Because it's the latter, trust me.
How about Bryson's putt on 18? That was fucking
oh, and just like, I didn't know if he was in it
too.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was in it or not until I saw his reaction. I was like, okay, he thinks he's in it. I guess he is. Like,
yeah,
because I just felt like it was such a tough ass to have Xander, with the way he was playing, not make birdie on 18.
There's just no trouble on that fucking course. Like, nothing. Like, it's just. I mean, I know we'll get into that. I know that's one of our topics down the line, but it was just tough. We just needed a par. We get in the playoff. I think we win. I think he wins.
Oh, he bends him over his knee and spanks his ass.
Oh, fuck.
That could have been. That was set up to be the best major ever, but instead it was awful.
Fuck.
Bryson should have 2 majors right now.
I mean, anything else on Bryson?
He's the best and coolest guy ever, and I want to be his best buddy.
I know. I just want to hang out with him. He's just so cool. He's just. Oh, fuck. All right.
You can't even say anything more on Bryson, because I'll just keep saying shit. So just move on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess we go to the winner, X. I mean, that was a great shot on 18.
Yeah, I guess.
From the fairway bunker.
I mean, yeah, it was fine.
In the bunker.
Yeah,
you got to give X some credit. He his bounce back thing. He definitely played great this week.
No, he won the event. He did. He went out and won it. And that was what we questioned whether he could do or not. He did. And I don't want to make this is real. And maybe Devon, you can answer this as a pretty high level player. Does being that small help him in that stance that he was in? Because I feel like his stout stature in that fairway bunker, the second he took his stance, I was like, oh fuck, this is just fine, because he's just so low to the ground. It just made it easy for him to choke up on and get some good contact. I feel like a taller player in that stance would have had more difficulty.
I looked at that, and I text Blake and I said that drive's only going to make Bryce or Xander hitting his third to 6 feet. It's only going to make it hurt more. And because when you saw that, it was so damn flat. Like, I was texting some friends. I was like, okay, I think anybody with any form of golf game could just bunt that thing 200 yards up the fairway. Mm-hmm. You saw Johnson Wagner, who was shanking.
Johnson Wagner couldn't.
He hit it fine.
No, he hit it into the shit in the right. He didn't cover.
No, but he also didn't take a line. Like, if you wanted to take it left, you could have. He tried taking an all-world shot. If you simply wanted to just go left, put it in the fairway over here, you could do that. Especially Xander with.
You got a lot of distance on that, though.
Yeah, the speed he's added and lower body strength. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think maybe low center of gravity, but I think he's just a stronger guy. He's put on 10 miles an hour ball speed this year.
Yeah, he pumps it. I can't believe how far he hits it now. He's a midget, too.
He's small.
And that's something I'd mentioned a few weeks ago, just about his gains off the tee. And I just think he looked like a guy that has taken a step as a player. And when he didn't, every time he gets the Sunday scaries, it's because he's pulling the driver left. And then you look at the back nine at Valhalla, he only had to hit it about 3 times. And every time he did, he still hit it left.
Yeah, I mean, that one was left, much left of where he was trying to hit it. And then, you know what? I think what's annoying about that too, if he hit a good drive, he would have been tempted to go for it. And I think that's where more trouble could have came in than if he had to lay up.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I agree. Because Xander, 60-yard shot, whatever it was. Now you saw where
it's a good drive. Isn't he still 4-iron to the green? And
Yeah, but I think it would have been
putt?
harder to get up because we saw guys not being able to get up and down from like the left rough, you know, instead of a 60-yard wedge shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once he hit his second, I said out loud, I said, now our best case scenario is 10 feet. If everything goes perfectly here, he has a 10-foot birdie putt.
Right.
And he hit a pretty good shot and it was 6. But like there's no way there was just no disaster there. There was just no room for it. And it's funny, like how razor thin the margins are when it comes to being a winner and a loser. Right? If that putt edges out, he missed a 5-foot putt to win a major when he had a easy up and down. And there's a picture of it. I think Devon, you shared on your X account of the ball on the left edge of the hole. It looked like it was missing from that angle. And if it's a centimeter more left, the narrative is 1,000 times harder. And he's a huge loser. And he probably never goes on to win a major because of that mental. And now all of a sudden he gets the roll. Now he's beat that narrative. The bugaboo's gone, and now he's a winner.
Yeah, that's just how the season's going for us. One of the biggest major losers out there just beats us when our guy shoots. You couldn't ask for any more from our guy. Our 2 guys, actually, even Vic. Couldn't ask for more. Let's get to Vic. I mean, Vic, he's back, right? His little 4-month hiatus is over.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back.
I mean, that guy had the driver on cruise control. He would just, especially Sunday, he would just hit it because it was great because the ESPN Plus had the feature group, so you could watch him and Bryson every time. Immediately, just hits the drive and just walks off the tee. He's like, "This is down the dick." It was fucking great. It was fucking great to see. I fucking love Vic. He was drilling putts. His approach game was, I think he was right up there in approach, right? Close to 5 on approach.
Yeah, he was 13th for the day yesterday.
He was what?
13th for the day in round 4 and 5th for the week.
Yeah. What was his putting stats?
So he was 29th for the week. He was 43rd yesterday, but I had it on my phone. He had gained over a stroke putting before the 18th hole, where he missed that 4-footer back when he was out of it. So that's one that's like, okay, I watched it. He putt better than that.
Yeah, that was a meaningless putt.
Yeah. And he still missed a shorty on 4 and put himself in the bunker on 7. It's like, shit, he had his chances.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was seeing the first few days with him. And then I got to Saturday and he started to go low. And I'm like, holy shit, I think Vic is back to being who he is. And then I started to really believe as we got into Sunday. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is fucking awesome. I spent this entire weekend because they were featured on Saturday on ESPN Plus. Because the broadcast is fucking horrific. But you get on ESPN Plus, it was great. He was playing with Bryson Saturday and playing with Bryson Sunday. We watched those featured groups, and man, that was like golf porn for me, man. It was just Bryson and Vic. It was just fucking awesome.
Dude, I'm sick. Like, that would have been 2 of the coolest major winners that we could have had for golf. Like, and instead we get the shittiest fucking story ever.
Yeah, this fucking midget fucking lib fuck from fucking California. Oh my God. Just, he's such an ugly bastard too. I fucking hate his face. Oh,
I'm sick. I'm sick about it all. And I just, oh man. I want to talk quickly about just one thing about Xander. It's not about Xander, but I think just for future reference. I mean, these PGAs, and I know it doesn't apply that much to Bryson or Vic. So, but the winners have all been like just a guy who's in the best fucking form from like the previous few weeks.
Have they?
Right? I mean, X goes and loses at Quail, becomes in second in an elevated event the week before. Then when Brooks wins 2 years ago, he won his last start.
Yeah.
It's just like which good player is in the best form. I mean, I know you could argue Rory was too, but these majors just so much
Was
about
JT though when he won?
He showed something. I remember why we were so high on him. I mean, we were before too, but I think he showed something the week before that made us really like him.
So I have the stats here from last week's show still. JT was T5 at Byron. Brooks was T5 Tulsa and the Masters showing. Yeah, we had gone through. Everybody had come in firing except for JT in 2017 and Phil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's just the guys.
Yeah, but then what if Bryson or Vic had won this event? Like, neither of them were, like, scorching.
No, I know. I said they don't apply, but hey, end of the day, they didn't win. And history remembers the winners.
I don't even know if history's going to remember X. I think they remember Bryson.
Remember how cool Bryson was at Valhalla that week? Who won again?
All right. Anything else on Vic? Matt, what's your take on Vic?
I think he's back. I'm 100% in. I got a piece of 20 early the Open, but I bet at 18. I know you did too. So I guess we'll share this with a future just so we remember to say it. 18 for Troon, I think, is a good number.
Yep, I bet the 18 at Troon. I'm staring at the Pinehurst one. I just don't know if it's the right course for him, but he is. If he's back, I mean, he withdrew from Colonial today. You got to think he's just going with Mayo to just
grind it out,
keep those feels going from what he produced all weekend or all week. He must love. I mean, did you see Mayo like post something on Instagram too?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So he's probably grinding right now, just continuing to see the results of what they've been working on.
Oh, Mayo must feel like the man, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, he I don't know what to do at Pinehurst. I don't know what to do with him.
Yeah, I mean, when he's playing well, he's been like the best major player of the last few years. He's in every one of them.
He has been. Like last year, was he in every one last year?
Not the Masters.
Yeah, he was.
He was?
He was in the second to last group of the Masters.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot.
The PGA. What did he do at the US Open? Where was the US Open last year?
I had him there. I don't remember being too excited about it. I think
who won the US Open last year? Oh, fucking Clark.
That was a fake US Open.
Yeah.
Fake major.
What did he do? What did he finish? I don't know why you get it. But yeah, he has been. He's going to win a major very soon. So I kind of want to bet him to win the Masters next year. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little concerned that this year, like, he didn't figure it out at the Masters. I know we didn't see Mayo yet, but are we positive that he likes Augusta?
I think. No?
So,
yeah, I guess they're really not the best around the green stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And
yeah.
He was 19th last year, so yeah, that's what I was thinking, like 20th. Because
was he at the Open?
At the Open, he was 13th, and
okay.
But
I mean, top 20 every fucking major, so.
Yeah, he's never finished worse than 13th in the Open.
Really?
12th, 4th, 13th.
Wow.
He should be the best Open player of this generation.
Wow.
And you look at
Troon. Pounded the Troon. I'm going to go back and hit some more.
And you know Troon is an iron guy course. Right? A guy just sticks approach shots. And even Phil, I mean, you know, not known for being that great off the tee. So I think it's just guys going to be taking dead aim with mid irons. And I like Vic doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on Vic?
I'm glad he's back. It makes golf much better.
Oh yeah, so much better.
I agree. I thought
definitely my favorite guy on tour. Not even remotely close.
Yes.
All right. How about Valhalla as a major? A lot of shit this week on the Twitter sphere.
I stayed off it this week because I remember going in on LACC and I was just dealing with it back and forth all week. I was like, I don't even want to do it. And I think we were right about this. We did say that the way the course is set up, the best player is going to rise to the top. And we had stars at the top dueling it out. That I think it was an exciting finish, an exciting day of golf, with the exception of not having any trouble down the stretch. But I would just say the course isn't very memorable. There's nothing really about it that I think is special. I think it was an average course, way too easy, too soft, so no, not great.
Okay, yeah, it's always going to produce great finishes, though. We've had 3 great finishes there. And that was the Ryder Cup that ended in a tie, right? Was that the one, Jack? I think. Maybe not. But either way, we've had great finishes. Devon, you got that Justin Ray tweet?
Yeah. Where you want me to go ahead and read it for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So Justin Ray said the lowest combined score in PGA Championship history. It was 214 under par. The 2 closest were 95 Riviera at 40 over and Belle Reve at 59 over.
It's fucking insane.
And yeah,
even LACC. Oh, PGA's
PGA Championship
214 under par.
I want to see how that compared to LACC.
LACC wasn't that high. The winner was -10.
Yeah, LA wasn't close.
LACC was just that. You just remember that first day when everybody went fucking low.
And,
But the rest of the week was like a typical U.S. Open.
And with freaking LACC, I actually think that's the perfect PGA Championship course. It just doesn't fit the definition of U.S. Open for me.
Yeah, and you just can't get enough fans there at LACC, and it's just dead. This one, they packed the fans in. It was great entertainment, this course, for sure. But it's just not. It's not what you want to test players in a major.
Right.
But do you think they get another major or another PGA?
You say no, Devin. I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough about what goes into those decisions, so I have no idea.
I mean, they also had the guy. Guy died.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was the course's fault?
No, but that's what goes into a fucking having a major event there is logistics. They had one way in, one way out. All the players were complaining about it.
One guy got arrested.
Did you guys see it was Cam Young, Will Zalatoris, and I think Austin Eckroat? Those 3 had to walk over an hour to get into the course. They just had to hop off their bus and walk in. They might see something, but
the weather also played a major factor into the scoring this week. I mean, I was pounding unders all week. Saved me so much money. I couldn't believe what they were offering. Just guys to win had to shoot -1 or -2, and I was just pounding them. I was like, I got to take advantage of this. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I took advantage of it. They finally adjusted to like 67, 68 they had to shoot. And I just was like, all right, I'll pass today. But I got you the last 3 days, motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, pretty shitty overall. I mean, I don't love the major courses this year. I mean, most people seem to think, and I talked to Chubby about this, Chubby Chandler, who would know more about open courses than anybody, how Troon was the worst one on the Roto. And then you had this course, which isn't good. And I know we have some high hopes for Pinehurst in some ways, but is there a world where Pinehurst gets too soft? Like, we better hope it's dry that month.
Yeah.
Devin, you know about Pinehurst. What do you think?
Supposed to be one of the firmest courses out there, right?
If the winner is 5 under, I'll be surprised. I'll say 7. I could see 5. If somebody matches Marty, I'll be shocked.
There was 3 guys under par last time.
Yeah.
Marty was 9, and then the next closest was 1. Ricky and Compton.
So Marty won by 8. I thought he was 8.
-9.
That's
not
again.
So speaking of that, while we're on the topic, I also pulled on a Cam Smith 36 to 1 on FanDuel today. We got 33, same thing. And I just think firm and fast bunkers. I mean, who's better on firm and fast, difficult around the green surfaces than Cam Smith? Nobody.
Yeah, I pulled on it. So yeah, Cam Smith, U.S. Open, 33 to 1. There we go. I'm sure it'll be a decently popular pick, right? I mean, he's in great form right now.
Maybe the whatever you finished T46 this month, this event might get people off it, but this was never the setup for.
No, it was a terrible setup for Cam Smith, but I was surprised he played pretty well from the start.
Yeah, he was all right.
He said his putter didn't cooperate, so.
Yeah, I think green's probably just too slow for him, right? I mean, even the only trouble at St. Andrews, like the green complexes and stuff, and the lag putts from deep, and he just does all that stuff really well.
But there's another one. Did you like St. Andrews?
I didn't love it until we won.
Right, like his Cam was -20.
But I just think it was.
That course is too. It's really not suited for a major anymore. Besides it being I guess one of the best courses out there, but it's just
right. But it's
not really a challenge to these.
No,
guys.
it isn't, and I agree with that. And I think 20 under is not what we want. But it was also there wasn't much weather.
Right. Yeah, the weather plays a huge factor with St. Andrews.
I mean, with all those courses, any of those open courses are going to get torn apart if there's no wind.
Right.
Well, wasn't there was a ton of weather? I mean, Louis lapped the field when he won, but when Louis lost in the playoff, I think it was to Zach, and it wasn't Leishman was also in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember
DJ gagged.
It was pretty good then. It wasn't terrible.
No, I mean, yeah, it's weather dependent.
Yeah.
A lot of those old courses are weather dependent now. So
yeah. If it didn't have the aura of being St. Andrews, it would be probably on the lower tier of the Rota for me personally.
Yeah.
But I'm also not the biggest open historian. A lot of people would probably be better judges of that. Muirfield's my favorite, and beyond that, they're all fighting for second.
The best one's not even on the rotation anymore.
Yeah.
What, Turnberry? You like that one?
Oh yeah.
Top 3.
Who on there? Stu Sink?
What's next year's majors? It's going to be great. Next year's going to be phenomenal. Oakmont,
my favorite course in the world.
Portrush.
Oh, love Portrush too.
I
give you the major winners for next year, just like that.
Oh, then you get shitty Quail Hollow.
We have Quail next year.
Oh yeah, fucking Quail Hollow. Shit, I can give you the winner there too.
Who, X?
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he defend that PGA?
I can reel off the 4 winners next year.
Who are they?
So at Portrush is going to be Brooks. At Oakmont, it's going to be Bryson. At Quail Hollow, I'm just going to say it right now, it's just going to be Rory. That's an easy pick. And the Masters, actually, the Masters is a tough one. Who's the Masters winner next year? Cam. Wow. If he doesn't get the U.S. Open, maybe.
He doesn't get the U.S. Open, yeah.
Whoever's the hottest will win the Masters.
You say it every year. And you were right. I mean, every year it's been right.
Yeah.
The only problem was this year the guy was like 3-1.
Right. So, all right, next topic on the list, we got, I don't know if there's anything else to say on this, but Scotty getting arrested, and then what'd you make of his Saturday round where he finally shot his first round over par in any event, not just a major this season?
I think we, although I didn't really have much of an opinion on it, I know you guys thought Ted Scott not being on the bag wouldn't mean anything. And I really did. I didn't even respond, but I kind of disagreed a little bit. I know it's easy to say after the fact, but I don't know. I wasn't sure.
I thought it mattered? When he fucking pulled driver on 4. That was fucking weird.
Yeah, it was.
What the hell was that? Nobody was pulling driver.
No. And
another reason was drivable.
Well, another reason why is because when he got Scott on the bag, that's when the narrative on him shifted.
Yeah, he hadn't won. He's never won without Scott on the bag.
So, how could you think he was this great player up into age 26, 27, and then he gets this guy in the bag who has won?
Yeah, I just didn't think one day was a huge deal, but it clearly was.
I wonder going forward, how much adding him on the bag, how impactful that was.
It was major impact.
I think it's pretty impactful, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm been a big Scotty guy since I've been throwing money at him since early 2021. I was on him at Kiowa. He got 7th, I think it was like 70-1.
Wasn't there a debate on Twitter this week about like, are caddies overrated or underrated? I think they're kind of underrated.
Yeah, they are. Caddies matter.
They do.
I
And
just didn't think one. I just didn't think one round was like going to be the difference.
And it goes also, and I don't want to talk too much about Scotty either. I don't really care about the arrest thing, but it goes to the Rory point where how has he not tried something? Like, I know you don't want to hurt your friend's feelings here, but like, how have you not tried something to get over this hump? It's been a fucking decade. And you see all these players around you, all your peers are changing their caddies. And for a lot of them, it's sparking a change in the way they perform in majors. And you won't even try it?
I know. I think he sees like what DJ's done with his brother, kind of the same way. And he's like, DJ's won 2 majors with it.
And DJ's underachieved too.
I know. It's crazy. I mean, as soon as he changes caddies, he's going to fucking win.
I mean, sorry, Harry. Like, we can still be drinking buddies if you want. You just can't be my caddy anymore.
Yeah, we can still double team Amanda.
And you know what? Speaking of that, I want to add this to it. Speaking of drinking buddies, how bad of a fucking decision was it for Zach Johnson not to bring Bryson to the Ryder Cup?
Oh my God.
If he's not one of the best 12 Americans, like, and I can't believe the shit I got for saying he should be on the Ryder Cup team. I got so much hate for that last year. Like, he's legitimately one of the top 12 players. And you don't think he's a top 12 American? You're a fucking idiot. He brought all his drinking buddies.
He's a top 5 golfer, never mind American.
Oh my God! I don't give a. Well, of course they're gonna have a. Shut the fuck up. He's one of the best players. You can't hit it from the rough from 85 yards.
If he's not at Bethpage, holy hell! Plus, he paired fucking great with Scotty at fucking Whistling.
Oh, they would have fucking pounded ass.
That's golf's version of the Bash Brothers right there.
If Tiger leaves Bryson at home, I'm
Tiger's definitely leaving Bryson at home. I don't need Tiger's has a real issue with Flip. There's no way Tiger's bringing Bryson.
No. Well, the thing is, just like Brooks, he's gonna get in on points. He's gonna win a major.
Right? Did you see he jumped to 35th in the world?
Did he?
Yeah, from like 124.
Well, because they take into effect the last few majors, right?
Yeah.
But if Tiger doesn't bring him, and I'm already close to being done with him, I'll be done with Tiger forever, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's a shot in hell Tiger selects.
How could he justify that?
Because he's just gonna be like, I'm Tiger Woods. That's what.
Who's gonna fucking bring Sam Burns?
Yeah.
Keegan Bradley?
Wyndham Clark?
Oh my goodness, man! Come on. What are we doing?
I'll add, guys. Brooks fell out of the top 6 last year after the FedEx Cup playoffs. Remember that? Like, he was 7th or 8th, and they had.
But he won a major. You can't have the major winners not be there.
Right.
And the thing is,
the broadcast was probably like, we have to have these guys. Like, you have to have the major winners there.
The other part of it, in my opinion, is Brooks still can maintain that boys club thing because he doesn't have the quirks that Bryson has. He's still buddies with Rory and all them. Bryson is not part of that clique. And he's one of the guys like, oh, if you bring him, JT and Spieth and all those fucking cool guys. So sometimes the cool guys in golf are just ass backwards. Yeah. Like who the cool, like in real life, they're the losers, but in golf, they're cool. The little dudes that like to stuff into a locker. So the cool guys, JT and Spieth and all these guys, they would have, if they picked Bryson, Zach, what are you doing? Really fucking bringing Bryson, man? The guy's a fucking weirdo.
Right.
But I don't think that applies to Brooks.
That's why they didn't choose Keegan. He's like, dude, why are you bringing Keegan? Him and Steele? You see them? They're fucking weird.
We're trying to hang out and drink afterwards. You don't want to hang out with those fucking guys. We joke about it, but that's really what happened, which is fucked up.
Yeah, I know. All right. Shane Lowry. How about him shooting a 62? And at no point did he have any chance of winning the fucking tournament.
None.
Zero. Him and Sahith never had a shot. Sahith never had a chance to win the tournament.
Dude, there were people tweeting at me when I was tweeting about Bryson, like, I think Sahith has a real chance. Zero chance. Zero. I never for a second thought he had a chance. And I even said, I went live prior to the event, and I said he had no chance at hitting him. I said, there's a 4-man race between Bryson, Vic, Xander, and
Colin,
And
but I didn't even think Colin had a chance, to be honest with you.
You were dead right on Colin, and I agree too. And I actually did want to bring this up. I just noted to talk about. I've been saying this for 18 months, and it still applies. Until Colin shows me he's gaining 7 strokes on approach every week, I don't want to touch him. Like,
yeah,
I know he's contending these events. I know he's in the mix in these majors. It's smoke and mirrors. We called that out a couple weeks ago, and even you, Blake, before the round on Sunday said Colin has no chance. And not many people were saying that before he teed off on Sunday. So you're spot on.
it's
right?
just with Colin, like he hits it so short, and his misses are so small, like that he doesn't find trouble at all. Like he'll just hit that fade, and it's kind of like my game. My miss is so small, it just doesn't go anywhere. Like it's just like
when I miss, it's 50 yards in the woods.
Yeah, you miss, you're going into the fucking trees. I miss, I'm just like right off the fairway, and the worst I'm gonna make is a bogey.
Yeah,
you're gonna make a 7. Like that's exactly with Colin.
It is.
So that was that. But thinking about this now, the Nicholas thing was real.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the guys that won. Look at the guys were there. Bryson won Memorial. Fucking Colin won Memorial or Workday.
Vic loves Memorial.
Vic won Memorial. Xander hasn't won Memorial yet, but Xander has a great history at Memorial.
It definitely played a part. Definitely.
So
we were high on the Nicholas thing leading to the event.
Yeah. So, and then I mean, just give me 5 seconds on Shane. I mean, like Shane, like shoots a 62. He makes like 150 feet of putts. Like where the hell has that been all season, bud? Like,
if we get one of those putting rounds back,
I just want one round when I bet you on any one round in a tournament. Never mind the whole tournament. I just want one round where you make some putts.
And who did he lose to? Eckroat when we had him?
Yeah.
Can't just gain 1 stroke putting and we win the thing?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Oh, man. All right, next one. I was right on Ludwig. You guys were right on Rahm.
So none of us we should have saved our money.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So I'll start with Rahm. I mean, I still stand by the bet, the 20-1. I think that's a great bet. I would do it again. But he's clearly has an issue with not being liked, right?
That's what, to me, and that's what I said on our show, is like something about the way he handled that whole thing at Augusta, and I know the pressure was different. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Like something's up with this guy. Like, since when does Jon Rahm care about what everybody thinks? It's like a new thing, and he seems really self-conscious about it. Like something's
really
off.
Starting to piss me off.
Yeah, like I didn't think he was a
pussy.
Yeah, pussy. Like, why is he acting like one? You made your decision, own it. It is like plenty of us still support you, dude. Just go out and do your thing. Don't worry about what people think. You care about being in the boys club. You want to be boys with JT. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. Really weird. Really weird season out of Rahm. He's got to show something at the next 2 majors, right?
Do you think the live issue? Do you think this live scheduling has impacted him?
I don't think it's the scheduling. I don't know. Maybe, but I think it's more just. I think he thought the deal would be done with by now.
I just got a great text from Chubby Chandler I want to share. As we speak, just came in. I'm not going to read all of it because I don't know if he'd want me to, but I think I agree completely. That was a great major. Bryson DeChambeau is becoming a modern day Arnold Palmer.
Wow, there you go.
That's the truth.
It is. But with Rahm, I mean, I think he thought the deal would be done by now, right? When he first made the live jump, and he wouldn't have to worry about all this shit.
Yeah, I think I think that's what he was banking on, and I think that not happening the way he wanted it to kind of changed, I guess, his mental state. But I knew something was wrong. Even in Singapore, like we thought he was going to play great. You can't go out there and beat 20 good players and 25 shitty players at Singapore on a ball striker's paradise, and you're going on the water left. Like something still didn't feel right with his form.
He was spraying it a lot. But he kind of did what he did all year. Made a bunch of bogeys and made a bunch of birdies. Every live event, that's what he does. And then Ludwig, I mean, I think he was hurt. I really do.
Yeah, I think whether or not he was seriously hurt or not seriously hurt, I think whatever the issue was impacted him mentally or physically. And to win a major, everything has to click in the right cylinders, and that just didn't happen.
What's up, Luca?
Nothing.
Oh,
Did you watch Bryson yesterday?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Rice lost.
Yeah, was Daddy sad?
Yes.
Yeah. You make him feel better?
He already feels better.
Oh, he
See?
does.
I'm dying inside, but see, my family doesn't know it. There we go. That's a success.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon? Charizard.
Oh, mine is Mewtwo.
Oh, nice. Do you have Pokemon cards?
Yes.
Nice. Who's going to win the golf tournament this week?
Penny.
Damn, he's not playing. How
He's
about
not
Tony?
playing.
Tommy.
Tommy's not playing either.
Tommy next week, though. Don't worry, we got him.
Who else?
Hidaki.
He's not playing either.
How about Tony?
Tony.
Yeah.
There we go.
Tony. Anyone else you like?
Schefter.
No, we don't like him. We don't
No.
like him.
How do you know him?
You tell me that all the time.
Oh, well, I didn't think you listen usually. I guess you were.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to keep going with the show. Do you want to say bye to everybody? No, you want to stay? All right, well, you got to be quiet then, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep going.
All right. The next topic we had was what do we have here? Oh, I got to talk about Jocko.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry to do this, but he's a loser. I don't know what to say. I love Jocko, but he's just a fucking loser.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough to defend from now on.
There's no defense. He gets into a fucking major and he doesn't make putts. For him to go like 4 or 5 years and not have a top 20 in a major, or he has one, he's a 16th, but never like sniff anything. Like, I don't know, man.
He's underachieving. I agree. I still think it can change. I think it can. I think it can reverse, just like it has in a lot of guys, and he's young enough to where it can. But I've defended him and said it was too soon to make a judgment. Too soon to make a judgment forever. And I know I can't say it anymore, so I'm not going to try.
Okay. And then JT, I thought JT had a good week. He led the field tee to green. So I don't know. Hopefully, seeing some life. Maybe he's coming back to who he was. But I don't know if a lot of that was being done off adrenaline. I think the home crowd did help him. I know you were right about that, but I think it definitely helped him. But yeah, he lost 3.5 putting, which has been his fucking bugaboo for like 4 years now. So anything on JT?
I still think it's coming soon. I wasn't ready to pull last week, and I'm glad I didn't. But I do think, although I mean, it's just tough for him. Like I don't think he suits a U.S. Open.
No.
And I don't think I think the Open he could play pretty well.
Yeah, I haven't. I think I have him at the. No, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
so many weird bets.
I think second shot golf course, iron players. If he's in form, he's shown some good stuff over there. I can see him wearing the beanie.
Yeah. And then lastly, well, actually, is JT going to win this year? Not a major, but just a regular tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything on Rory?
Devon, you gonna add something on JT before we go to Rory?
Yeah, with JT, I'm with you. I don't think he's a U.S. Open guy, and I won't be betting him, but I do think Pinehurst might be his best chance at a U.S. Open. I just think he fits there better than he does a typical long and straight. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like when Spieth won at Chambers Bay. Like that was the only U.S. Open he could actually win.
Yeah, and I think JT can par you into submission. He has a great around the green game, he's just unbelievable. Great bunker player. I'm not betting him. I don't think he wins. But if there was a U.S. Open to set up for him more than others, I do think it's in a month.
Yeah. Anything on Rory, Matt?
I just think it's beyond pathetic what he did this week. I mean, I hate to say, I've been very supportive of Rory and his play on the course, and I still believe in him in some ways. But the fact that he was playing the way he was playing coming into this event and manages to just shoot the worst score he could shoot.
He shot a 66 round one, too. It was 5 under.
He was in position, like it felt like he was going to be impossible to beat, and he just finds a way. And this is what Brandel said. And I think it was pretty well said, which a lot of stuff he says is, even as much as we disagree with it. He said when he needs to play his best golf, he plays his worst golf. It doesn't matter if he plays his best golf, he plays his best golf. And that's just the way it is. When the day came when he was in contention in a major, he needed to play his best golf. That's the one day he'll play his worst golf. And it just, the one thing he couldn't do on Friday, he did. Shooting even par when the whole field was going absolutely apeshit was inexcusable. And how can you defend this guy? I don't know. I don't know what to say about him. What do you think?
I think you just said it all. That's exactly. I echo your thoughts. It's just, how many times do we have to go through it? It's like every year this happens. Multiple majors, like every year.
And I'll go back to the tweet I said before, like, and people every time they think it's different. Like this, it's so crazy. It's like the definition of insanity, right? It's like, so I said, here is finishes the week before, wins this. So the last 10 times he's won the week before, every single time he was 12-1 or less, and every single time everyone said, yeah, but this time's different. Yeah, but look at his form. Yeah, look how he's playing. Like, God. And every time he fails. So to continue to think that he can perform in majors is, again, it's the definition of insanity.
So for him to win or contend at the U.S. Open, what needs to happen? And I'd imagine he's playing Canada next week, and then he's going to play Memorial. What needs to happen in those two events for him to win the U.S. Open?
Everyone says they don't care if he wins the week before a major. Like, I do. I don't want him to win.
I do too.
Everyone's like, well, it's Rory. He can win too. Yeah, okay. We know he did that in 2014. It was a decade ago now.
He lost the He lost the Open last year as soon as he won the Scottish.
Exactly. He's like, we want him to play well. And I do think he's a great, great, great U.S. Open player. And I think it's different.
Especially the last 7-8 years, he's the best U.S. Open player.
Right. 2014 Rory would have loved to set up from Valhalla this week, obviously, because he won there. But I think, and he mentioned this too, that he feels like his game has evolved to a place where he likes those firm, fast, tough, difficult conditions. And there was an interview a couple of years ago, and I think we used to talk about it a while ago. We talked about it a lot when he said he likes harder golf courses because it doesn't matter how hard or easy the golf course is. When he doesn't have his stuff, he's just shooting even par.
Yeah.
It's like you might as well let everyone else shoot +2 if you're going to shoot even.
Right. Yeah. Kind of agree with it. Yeah. It's hard not to agree with it, actually.
Like he's not usually going out there and shooting +4 or 5. He's just shooting even or -1 on moving day.
Yeah. Like when Cam Smith beat him, like he just shot -2.
Yeah, and if that was a U.S. Open, he probably would have won.
Yeah.
In LACC, right in the mix, right? What did Clark shoot, a 66?
He should have won LACC.
I could be wrong on that because I misremember the winning score.
I fucking wish he won LACC. Fucking can't believe Wyndham Clark has a major. That's another guy. 2 missed cuts this year, majors. Keep betting that guy.
Top 5 in the world, remember? For D-Rap.
D-Rap said, I don't know how what do you say? I don't know how anybody can argue that Wyndham Clark's a top 5 player in the world or something like that.
I can go find it because I was in his replies giving him shit then.
I'm going to give you the signature results.
The signature events that don't have Bryson and whoever else.
Oh.
So here it is. He said Wyndham, this is a few days ago, Wyndham is a roller coaster, and it's just his results this year. But this is on April 11th. I keep waiting for Wyndham to come back down to earth. It's not happening. You never see a guy go from middle of the pack for 5 years to one of the 5 best on the planet. Whatever he pays his psychologist is not enough. And then here's me in his replies on April 11th saying one of the what with about 20 question marks. And then he posted it's been a roller coaster ride this year. And I came into his replies again. And I said, well, that's a change of tone with the screenshot. Like, hey, you said something really fucking stupid. Let's say, hey, I was wrong, man. Like, I was super wrong on Ludwig. I thought I had 5 picks, and the only one, my pick to win was the only one that didn't have a chance on Sunday. Like, a perfect mix of nailing it and being
Wyndham clock guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're a clock guy, I don't think you are actually, because all the clock guys have probably abandoned this show.
Exactly.
I'd advise them to actually. Anyway, we don't want your ilk around here.
So that's about it on the Valhalla Takes PGA. I'm just sad because our guys should have won. One of them should have won, especially Bryson. He just
not even the money in the
bets. It was a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, not even the money in the bets. Also, just the narrative of the Bryson could have 2 majors. Just so many cooler things could have happened that didn't happen. Devon, What do you got on Rory?
So I came in and I texted you guys, and before the week I said, if you're laying 7-1 on Rory this week, but you wouldn't take him at 8-1 at Quail Hollow, you're just an idiot. Like,
yeah.
You either think he's just running train or he's not. And I think, like you just mentioned a minute ago, 2014 Rory isn't 2024 Rory. He's leaning on all aspects of his game. I guess around the green, he was closer to neutral than he's been in weeks past.
I guess people think that it is because of the bombing thing, right?
Yeah, and I don't get it because he's still a great long iron player, but like you said, he's a fast and firm. At Quail, I was looking at it the Sunday. He's number 1 at Quail whenever it's fast and firm. Xander's in the 40s, actually. So that I think Rory is, and I've been on Rory. I've loved him at Pinehurst for months now. I think everything, even dating back to Bay Hill, his mindset is bogey avoidance, and he didn't have the swing in place for it. But as you had mentioned last week, working with Butch, how they're working on maybe just flighting the ball in different ways instead of just becoming the bomb it and hit it high guy. And I think he's leaning on all aspects of his game in a way he hasn't before. And he was neutral with his putter this week. You can win a U.S. Open with neutral putters.
Yeah.
But you can't win a race to 20 under with one.
No,
yeah.
not at all.
We'll see. And last thing, before we move on to the Schwab, because we got to get going on that. Last thing I'm going to say is when Bryson's contract expires from Liv, you better pay that man his money. Like whatever you paid Rahm, double it, because he is the needle. He's the most important player in the world right now. More important than Rory, more important than Spieth. Bryson, number one.
That's got to be coming up soon, no?
I think they have 1 more year. I think the big guys signed 4-year deals, and I think Bryson and Brooks signed 4-year deals. From what I
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
What if he comes back?
He could. I don't know.
I want to.
I don't know if he'd let down the crushes.
But now if he does, he has a bargaining chip, right? And now he can say, "You let me produce my content." This, like what they're doing obviously worked. So
the PGA should pay the bag.
Oh yeah, they should. Let's say, all right, here's the money. Instead of giving 20% to each of these guys, let's just give it all to Bryson and get him back, because he's the best thing in golf right now.
Right.
All right, Charles Schwab. An hour into the show, we'll talk about the Charles Schwab. So let's see. All right, Colonial, 7,200-yard par 70 bent grass greens. Difficulty's been pretty tough the last few years. You got a -9 winner with Burns beat Shuffle in a playoff. Then you had a -8 winner where Grillo beat Adam Schenk in a playoff, and his ball was floating down the river on 18. He still managed a way to win the event.
That was a playoff?
Yeah.
I think I was so mad that I wasn't on Grillo that I just...
Oh, it's awful.
That was a bad one.
But I will add that after last season's event, the course was renovated by Gil Hans, and I expect that it will stay true to the design that the original designer intended. But I looked at some quotes and I found one from Jordan Spieth, who's obviously one of the best players at Colonial, about his thoughts on the changes. He said, I always thought courses like this, Hilton Head, these classic courses that stand the test of time, it's like, what are you going to do to these places? I think that's kind of everyone's first response. Then I saw the changes and I was like, wow, this looks really, really cool. It looks like it maintains the character of what Colonial is while creating some excitement on holes that maybe could use a little bit of adjusting. So I think overall the changes are good. I know I heard from a couple people who live by the course this week and play it often. Said it's going to be really, really, really firm. So depending on what type of weather we get, it should be pretty baked out.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty windy too this week.
I think it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get a real tough, like that year Burns beat Scheffler. That was single digits, I believe, was the winning.
Yeah, so was Grillo.
-9. But then there's some round. Sometimes you got a -20.
It's all
Rose won.
All about the wind.
Yeah, but it looks like it's going to be windy. Thursday, seeing gusts in the low to mid 20s. Friday, seeing gusts up to 30. Constant wind, 15 to 18. Same for Saturday. And then Sunday afternoon, as of now, it looks like it lays down a little bit, but Sunday morning it looks pretty bad.
So I expect it to be really tough. So Blake, last 2 years have been single digits.
Oh, the Grillo one was single? I don't even remember that at all. I just remember being extremely pissed off that I got off Grillo.
-8. So I'll read you the last 8 or so. Spieth won at 17 under in 2016. Then you had Kiz at -10. Then you had Rosie at 20, Na at 13, Berger 15, Kokrak 14, Burns 9, Grillo 8.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're getting a single digit, right? Or 10 under.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Seems like it. Yeah, this is I like this event. I've always loved Colonial. It's always been a good viewing. We had so many close calls here, man. We were on Spieth that year. Him and Kokrak dueled, and we should have been on Kokrak too.
Yeah,
remember?
Yep.
Oh my god,
he was like 50-1, and he was like that popular bet that made too much sense.
Yeah, and like we only had Spieth. I'm like, we could have just taken both.
Yeah,
that was an annoying one. I don't know. Were we close on any others?
I can't remember too many of them, to be honest with you, but I know we took Spieth pretty much every year.
Yeah, at least for the last 3. So I don't know. Anything else on the course?
No, I just think important to be relatively accurate off the tee, although, Gil Hans tends to take those trees out, which I think could open it up a little bit more for longer drivers, more so than accuracy. And, people say it's an accuracy course, and I understand it is. But I will say 2 years ago was the best field we had. Last year wasn't that good of a field. The year before wasn't that good of a field. The one time we got a star-studded field was 2022, and that's when you had the Burns Scheffler playoff.
So what about 2020 when it was the COVID?
Right. Oh, yep. So that was when Berger won.
Berger beat X in a playoff.
But it was a star-studded leaderboard. Colin, X, Berger. Yeah. So like I do think the plotters and stuff are good, and Colin obviously, and even X back then, even more so than now, was a plotter.
Right.
But I do think a lot
Berger's the biggest plotter out there.
Yeah, and Na's a plotter, right? It is a plotter's course, but like when the great players are here, just like we saw at Heritage,
right?
Those big hitters who hit it long and straight can have an advantage anywhere.
I mean, yeah, you get like Chris Kirk has won, Berger, Spieth, Rose. Yeah. So you want to be good with your irons, though, right?
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay. Get into the odds. So you guys are lucky I'm here too, by the way. I was pondering retirement. You guys are lucky I hit some winners this weekend.
Yeah, last night when I talked to you, I didn't think you were going to be here.
I'm here. I'm ready to fucking hit a winner.
For not much longer, though.
Yeah, you guys were talking about past winners and just success. I was actually on Burns when he was in the playoff. I had him at 22-1, and I wish he was teeing it up this week. I think he's just a guy that has his spots, and I think he's proof that if you can lap the field putting, you can survive here.
Is
Yeah.
Valspar a good comp here?
I don't think it's a terrible one. Just difficult scoring.
Yeah, Rose and Burns have won. Who else has won? What is Webb play good there? Oh, Spieth has won Valspar and here.
Yeah,
Chris
like
Kirk.
it's a low scoring, typically windy, where you better be able to save some 6 to 10 foot par putts. You're gonna have them.
Yep. All right, what do we got for odds, Devin?
So at the top, obviously, Scotty's less than 3-1. Duh. You have Morikawa down to 12-1, and then at 20-1, you have Homa and Spieth.
Okay, let's start with Scotty. I mean, this is the lowest he's been, right? Like 2.5 to 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's fucking crazy.
Are you think we got to beat him? I mean, I think we got to beat him, right?
Especially at this score. I mean, like, he could just
Right?
shoot 1 or 2 under and have his C game and still be there on Sunday.
No, is he gonna? He can't withdraw, huh?
No, I think he's already said he's not going to.
Is this how close is this for these guys?
Fort Worth from
Yeah.
from
That's 30 to 45 minutes.
So they're sleeping in their own beds, like him and Spieth and Tom Kim.
were they in Dallas?
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, Fort Worth's just right outside, right? Yeah. Okay. So I mean, I want him to sleep in his own bed, right?
Yeah, get that baby
Yeah.
making noise.
I don't know.
I mean, I again, I said it last week and I was right for the first time, but I've said it many times. I don't think he's gonna win.
Okay. All right, let's move on.
No, I don't know though. How scared are we? How scared are we?
I'm scared. I'm very
Terrified.
scared. I'm terrified.
I'm smashing Scotty top 5 to cover my ass.
Yeah. Didn't you once tell me you just bet a Scotty top 10 and they hand you cash at the end of the week?
I did tell you that.
Should we do that?
But just now's the point. The top 10 is like fucking minus 300.
Whatever. We did it with Rory last week. It wasn't pretty, but it still cashed.
For top 20, yeah, we
For
did.
top 20.
Yeah, I think we could do that. Are you not concerned with how he played Saturday and the arrest and all this other shit going on?
He came back the next day, shot 6 under.
I mean, I know he's fine, but like he's 2-1. Is that
I'm not talking
enough?
about betting him. I'm talking about hitting the top 10.
No, I know that, but is that enough to make him maybe he should be 4-1? Now he's even
No,
like, what has
doesn't
happened?
fucking matter, man.
I know
Plus,
it's
his
the field.
history here is good. He's got a second and a third the last 2 years.
Yeah, okay, we got to beat him. We got
I'm
some guys
scared.
who can beat Scotty. Yeah, there we go.
I'll tell you who I'm not scared of. The next guy. Colin.
Hell no.
No,
I know it's a perfect course for him, supposedly, but like you're right. Until you start seeing those irons pick up, I'm just not I'm not ready for Colin yet. Colin isn't the 2020 Colin.
No, he's not. And if he's not the 2020 Colin, he can't win big events because he's not going to be the best putter in the field. Even if he starts off hot, like at the end of the day, he's not going to gain a stroke on approach and beat everyone else. You can't beat him off the tee. Can't beat him on the green. So if you're not gaining 7 strokes on approach, you're not doing anything.
So that brings us to Spieth and Homa. What do you do with Spieth?
Well, you tell me.
Course history is just out of this world.
So
Let me read it to you. 2015, 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 32nd, 8th, 10th, 2nd, 7th. Miscut last year. Okay, so he sucked. When did he start sucking?
28.
2018. He finished 32nd. Then 2019, he still sucked, right? Finished 8th. 2020 finished 10th. And then he became good again.
2021.
And then that's when he finished 2nd.
Yep.
So Devin, was he ever playing like ass coming into any of these events?
I actually wrote down the 3 that I found the most interesting, Blake. So in 2022, He had just won Heritage and rolled in and got T2 the next week. In 2021, he had won Valero. He had T3 at the Masters, T9 at Byron, and then he was about 30th at the PGA. And that was 2021 where he got second. 22, he was off a win, got 7th. And then 2016, when he won, he was coming off the Masters collapse, 18th at Byron.
Okay, what about 2019?
So for 2019, Spieth he came in, he had just gotten 3rd in the PGA he gained 3 putting over the course.
He sucked ass. That was a Bethpage.
So, yeah,
was that a Winged Foot?
And
one of them.
Then he went 8th at Charles Schwab and then 7th at Memorial. And it was just all putting. I mean, he was just banging every putt for 6-7 weeks straight. Hit the ball like crap.
Okay, I can't figure this guy out. I mean, off the tee, I feel like he's never hit the ball better. Like he's driving it really well. His approach game sucks ass. I know he loves firm and fast greens, and I know he's a great wind player. So I think that's advantageous for him. I do think 22-1 is a good number at this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I don't
think he's like. I don't think he's the caliber of player as these other guys around him. Or actually, the only guy around him is Homa, but Homa's definitely a better golfer than Jordan Spieth. It's not even close. But I think at this course, I think he's better than Homa.
This is his course. I know. I mean, does he seem like a popular pick this week?
No.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. We bet him at 10-1, 12-1 when we bet him here.
Is he healthy?
I don't think so.
No, not his wrist isn't healthy, but when I watch him, I feel like he's not that far off.
I wish you would just tell us the truth.
Huh?
I wish you would just tell us the truth if he's hurt or not.
I think he has about the wrist. I think he said he's hurt it, but he's like, I'm not doing anything until after the season. But he also, like his pre-PGA interview, he was like, I'm really close. I can feel some good things happening. And I don't know if this guy's just delusional or not, but he's like, and he's like, it's 1 or 2 holes that I just screw up. I'm like, well, that's always the case with you.
But hasn't he said he's close before and then he was right?
I feel like he knows his game better than we would know his game. So yeah, maybe.
So there's one thing I noticed with Spieth, and I really noticed it at Augusta. That's when I really think the wrist was kicking him. He duffed 2 chips. Jordan Spieth, even when he was in hell, he could lean on his around the green game. And you go back and you look at just his around the green game this year. Jordan lost around the green in 5 straight events. He's now gained in 3 straight. So I don't know if he's feeling better around the green, but just you could tell something was not right. And the numbers suggest the same.
Being a Texas guy, are you a Spieth fan?
I grew up. I was in high school. I was 16 years old when Chambers Bay happened, and I broke my remote. I hate it.
So do people in Texas like him?
That's why I hated him. Is because
everybody liked him.
Grew up in Austin. All I had to hear was Spieth this, Tiger Woods, and I'm like, no, like what the hell are we talking about? And he's great, was great, but I think I gained a little bit of a respect for him when he went through hell for 2 years and came out alive. Like, kind of, I don't think he'll ever see the form he once had almost a decade ago. But I don't have a disdain for him that I might have had 8 years ago.
Look at his putting stats at this event. Oh, man. He fucking fucks at this event.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. And Blake, you just remind me of how I truly feel. I'm very concerned with all the whole package of how he's playing. But I'm so petrified of just watching him drill 30-footers all week up our assholes after we bet him 3 years in a row. Like I'm really, really worried about that. And this is the best number we've seen.
see his putting stats at these events? Oh man, he gains a lot.
Really good.
Around the green, he's great here. I know the wrist is a concern, but
Can Spieth win this event?
can he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he can definitely win this event. Nobody's talking about him either.
We getting a 25 maybe?
I think we can get a 25. I'm waiting on it. I like
25 I'd be in.
Jordan Spieth can beat Scotty Scheffler at this event.
Right. So if we're asking ourselves who
Right?
can-
Is that a correct statement or am I crazy?
He definitely can. He won't, but he can.
why won't he?
Yeah, why won't he?
I think that wrist, he's been pretty open about it. His wrist hasn't cooperated 2 weeks in a row all year.
Gained 1.3 around the green last week. Tee to green is pretty good too. 4.6.
He's pounding the ball off the tee, though. You're not wrong. I mean, best he's driven it ever. I've seen
Ever.
I think like last 20 rounds, he's like top 5 on tour in strokes
Come on,
gained.
get some good vibes at a place he loves, get the irons going.
Maybe that dead wrist is helping him off the tee.
I don't know enough about a golf swing to tell you.
I don't know enough about what he's working on and like watching him to tell. I know he bows that wrist pretty strong, but it's I don't know. I declared him untouchable till he got wrist surgery after I had him at Bay Hill.
Well, why did him at Bay Hill? That's the real question.
He loves that place.
He does love that place.
And
It makes zero sense.
It
Dude,
makes,
Crazy.
it makes the least sense of anything in the world.
but
I know.
the driver was getting hot, and then it was that Saturday, and he just sprayed the bitch in the wind.
It doesn't make sense that he's good at Heritage either. He's a weird player, but he's good at his spots.
Doesn't less trees help him?
100 for sure.
Like he's hitting fairways.
Yeah, but he's still occasional will get away from him. Doesn't a single digit score help him?
Yeah. Did you see when he tried to go for it on 13?
Oh, he went in the water. Yeah, right.
He was like, Mikey, is that did that make it that clear? No, bud, not even close.
He ain't that guy.
Fucking Toasty, that fucking savage. He fucking drilled that green.
What's he this week? 100?
Yeah, $110.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Spieth. If he gets to 25, we're light. Our card is light. I'm not opposed.
Okay. All right, let's go to your first bet.
All right, Tony Finau. He was I didn't know what the outlook on him was going to be this week. I barely knew much, but I have been thinking about him for the last few days here, considering the way he has been hitting the ball, and confirmed seeing the stats today. He gained 9.5 strokes on approach, which led the field by a pretty significant margin. And approach game is obviously really important here. He's great off the tee. He hasn't been as good this year off the tee, but I think, he's just such a talented player with a driver that I'm not overly concerned about it. He has a couple of great finishes here. Was runner-up to Kevin Na back in 2018, and then a couple of years ago he's a T4. So is he putting it well? No, he's definitely maybe the worst putter on earth right now. But which
the toe wasn't up last week. At least it wasn't perpendicular.
Yeah, so I think maybe he did miss another 2-footer.
Oh, that wasn't 2 feet. That was a foot, if that. That might have been 7 inches.
Well, yeah, that's not great, but I think he's putted pretty well here. I think the tie for 18th at Valhalla is a pretty good sign. I think he's a great wind player. He's first in strokes gained total in the wind. He's first in strokes gained total in his last 24 rounds on firm greens, which we're hearing is going to be very firm this week, which is really important. He has that apex height, which I think works well at a course like this. I think his best surface is bent. I don't know.
By far it's bent. You only bet Tony on bent.
It's like saying, being the tallest midget. It's not saying much, but it is his best surface.
This is a really good number, though, too. I feel like it's a really good number. I wasn't expecting 30.
I was surprised. I thought it was going to be 25. He's 33 in some places. I hit the 30 pretty good. I'm happy with it. I don't know, man. I think he's gonna win. And you talk about guys who can beat Scotty. I'm not saying Tony's better than Scotty, obviously, but mano a mano, your best game against mine. We've seen him do it against Rahm. Like
Yeah.
if he is in peak form and his putter cooperates, he can beat Scotty on any given Sunday. Maybe not every Sunday, but there's a Sunday out there where he can do it. So I want guys that can, right? And if Scotty's in the mix, can you know, give me any random golfer. Tom Hoagie beat him? No. But on any given day, Tony can.
Remember when Tony went mano a mano with Rory at the Canadian?
Yes.
Rory won, but Tony hung in for a while.
Yeah. And good stat by Devon. Fino gained putting here in 4 of his last 6 times at this course. He's gained putting here.
Yeah, the 2 he didn't. He was bad.
In the 2 he didn't. He was bad. He's in the top. He's 3rd in strokes gained total in Texas in his last 36 rounds. I'll also add his best finish of the year was a tied 2nd at the Houston Open last month.
Yeah, he's a Texas guy, Texas and California guy.
Let's go. I'm all in on Tony, man. I think he fucking wins. I kind of want to bet a top 5 too.
Okay.
He likes the Northeast too, doesn't he? I mean, you brought up
he
this
does.
terrible memory from when he walked down Rahm, and I was out at a bar with some friends in college. I was spending my Rahm money, and Tony came hawking him down.
Wait, which one was that?
Northern Trust, Liberty National, I think.
Rahm was involved? I thought that was Cam Smith.
Rahm had like a 3-shot lead with 5 to play, went bogey double, and Finau played eagle and like 3 birdies. Rahm had that thing wrapped up.
And that was when
I don't
Cam
remember.
hit the water,
I just
right?
remember him beating Cam in the playoff when Cam went in the water.
Yeah, there's no reason that either one of those two should have had a chance, and Rahm just straight up.
Well, there you go. There's another reason.
I wasn't even thinking of that. I was talking about.
I was thinking of the Mexico.
Oh yeah, no, you brought back yesterday was probably my most heartbreaking loss since that. So just a double whammy to the nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in on Tony. I'm with you. Haven't bet it yet. I'm gonna bet it. Got 30.
Will he miss a 2-footer to really break our hearts? Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Well, sign me up.
I mean,
Come
the way
kick me in
this
the
kid's
dick
going,
again.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I haven't made any bets. So what else you got?
Next bet is Sungjae.
Wait, Devin, you're in on Tony too, right?
I am. I'm actually in on Homa at 22-1 and Finau at 33, and Finau's down to 30.
Give me the Homa case. Not really.
So Homa, I think, with you guys had mentioned the trees being taken out, he's playing out of his mind, except with the driver. And if you go to Augusta, he gained off the tee because you can spray the life out of it there. And here, he can either sit back without driver, or in theory, he's going to be able to sit back without driver, or maybe have a little more room than in the past. He's pretty dang solid in Texas. He got T10 here last year. I just think that number is a little silly. I mean, you know me. That's probably my least favorite guy to bet on. But then I look at his numbers. He is just great in everything except for putting at Heritage. And I think this week, driver may not be as important for him. I just think he's a guy that can bang putts and win this.
Definitely has a Sam Burns type feel to him. So I could see it. I don't know. I think I just like Spieth better than him at this place.
Hard to argue that with the history, too.
So.
I personally don't see it.
Okay. What do you where are you now?
Next guy is Sungjae. He was 50 for a little bit at Bet Rivers, but I saw 35 on DraftKings, which I thought was fine. I mean, he's playing great golf. I mean, people want to bet Tom Kim, but right now Sungjae's playing better than him. He's a very similar player. Missed the cut of the PGA, right on the number, which is fine. He gained strokes off the tee and an approach. There was no issue with the way he was hitting it. He was just really bad on the greens. A little surprising because he is a good putter. But he won at Shriners, TPC Summerlin, where Kevin Na won. Similar profile of a player. Short off the tee. He looks like a Colonial winner. He's a plotter, good putter. And prior to the PGA, he started playing really, really good. He won in Korea, which might not matter, but he still won. And he finished T12 at Heritage, another one of his type of courses. And then he finished 4th at Quail, which is a place where he played well there at the President's Cup, but not a place you'd really expect Sungjae to be good. So 12th and 4th stats are good. And 20th in ball striking at Wells in a signature event, which for him, I think is pretty good. And now this is a place where you can gain 6-7 strokes putting and win an event. Shorter course. He's not going to have to keep up with these big dogs off the tee. And he has some good results here. A couple missed cuts in his last 4, but the other 2 have been a T10 and a T15. So I think he's in form now. And this is a course that suits him if he is in form.
Yeah, he lives down in Dallas. I think I texted you. I was like, Sanjay's just starting to see his name on leaderboards. I think we got to find a spot for him.
Yep.
And this will be the first one. So I think I'm in it. We get a 40-1. I think I'm in on Sanjay too. I messaged you and I was like, I just see him on these leaderboards, and like for a while we hadn't been seeing him, and now we're seeing him. I do worry that he sometimes gravitates to the top of the leaderboard and then he'll just go the other way. You know what I mean?
40-1 everywhere now. Wow.
So is that concerning? Can he actually win?
I don't know. He hasn't won since 2021, so I'm not sure. But when he did win, right, it was not bent, but it's a single digit, right?
A lot of guys, yeah. A lot
Plays
of
tough
guys,
course as well.
yeah, he does. A lot of guys that play Wyndham well play here well. Feels like it,
Kisner.
right?
Kisner won.
Kisner, Webb.
Yep.
Who else? Rose,
Yep.
Berger, I think. Siwoo. Does Siwoo play here well? No. No, he does not.
But
Yeah.
I
think
agree with
Spieth
that.
won Wyndham, didn't he? Lost to Reed maybe in a playoff.
What was the winning score when Sungjae won at Honda? And that was a
Like
windy
6?
week.
He was -6.
Yeah, and that was a windy week.
He won -6. Where's his last win? His last win was
That was his last win.
no.
Oh, Summerlin.
Technically, Korea.
Yeah.
Right, but he had a Shriners. That had to have been a bird fest. -24. That was his last win.
So he can do it. He can do it either way.
Yeah. I thought he won Shadow Creek. Did I make that up?
No, he didn't.
Okay. All right. I'm in on Sanjay. I like it.
He
Okay.
for Sungjae isn't. Are we worried that he's better on Bermuda?
Yeah, a little bit worried about that. But I mean, he's won on bent courses.
Bent. Summerlin's pure bent, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I like it a lot, and I think, I don't know, just another good player who's rounding into form at a decent number. I just think this is a course where his weaknesses aren't really going to kill him.
His average strokes gained putting is positive on all 3 surfaces. So,
Or we needed one good putter, so there we go.
Yeah.
Next guy, another good putter I like is Christian Bezuidenhout, who I just think he's really consistent all year. I know you have a hard time seeing it, but I think this is one of the best spots he's had all season. He has a hard time getting to 15, 20 under. I don't think he's capable of doing that. I think single digits. He's a good scrambler, really good putter, good bent grass putter, great wind player. And he's had success in Texas and at Colonial. He's 16th in strokes gained total in Texas. At Colonial, and he's 10th in strokes gained total in Texas. So I think, and we talked earlier about Xander's speed gains. Seabets has had speed gains this year too, and he's gone from, it's insignificant considering the speeds these big guys get to, but he's gone from 160 to 170. And now 170 ain't going to win at Valhalla, but it's enough for Colonial where he's trying to gain speed and keep up with these guys off the tee. And he's just been really consistent. He finishes in the top 20 almost every week. He hasn't really truly contended, and I know that's the concern. And Devon, you mentioned a Valspar connection.
Yeah, well, we were talking earlier about is there a connection with Valspar? I mean, he was T9 there where it gets windy, and he was second at the Amex and third at the Alfred Dunhill. I mean, he's been through the ringer a little.
He's a windy, firm golf course guy, and that's why.
Yeah, where does he rank on firm and windy again?
I didn't see the windy. I don't know if I can pull that up, but for the I sent you the firm course. I think he was in the mix there.
Okay.
T9.
Okay, good. Yeah, I see it. I like it. He's a great putter. Definitely drills putts. His bugaboo's off the tee, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully
trying to
that
fix
can
it.
help. He's a great putter. It's tough. Can you see him beating Scotty?
Well, here's the thing. This is one of the other paths that we have to take. If
That's
Scotty's
the other
not
path. Yeah.
if Scotty's not there, he can do it. If Scotty's second or third and you have to go beat him, probably not.
Yeah, I can see him being around.
But if say Scotty finishes 12th,
It's just tough for him to finish 12th. It's just really hard to see.
he has to get arrested again.
Yeah. Like he got arrested this week and he still finished 8th. Oh. All right. So you're in on CBEZ. Who else? You had some interest in Brian Harmon. I've seen some love out there.
I had some initial interest, but I'm not going to get there.
Okay. Any reason why? You just don't think he's playing well? He played pretty well, strokes gained wise, at least last week.
I just don't fucking. I don't like Brian Harmon.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you?
All right. I don't. No, I'm not a Harmon guy, but
You want to bet? I don't want to bet Brian Harmon.
no, you threw the name out. I don't. I
No,
will
40
not be
probably
betting.
is a good number. It's probably a good number.
I won't
right?
be betting Brian Harmon.
No, so fuck it. I don't have time to talk about guys I'm not betting. Let's put it that way.
All right. Anybody else you're betting?
Yeah, last one I had was Brendan Todd. I wanted to save room just in case we decided on Spieth. So I got a card that could fit a guy 25-1. Brendan Todd, he was 125 on Bet Rivers. I got a 110, which I was pleased with. As you reminded me, he is not playing the best right now. But I just think he's so course dependent. He's not a guy like you. He doesn't show up coming that much. I think he just goes to the spots that he likes and plays well. And this is a spot he likes. He has a T3 and a T8 in his last 4 trips and a 5th place finish if you date back 7 or 8 years ago. He's in the top 5 at the Valero last month. Great putter. And he's a guy, if he does get in contention, not that he can beat Scotty, but if it's him against that other tier of players, I think he can win.
Yeah, he'll have to fucking serial kill Scotty to win. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
I mean, he'll have to gain 8 strokes putting, yeah, but that happens here.
Yeah. I can see it. I can definitely see him hanging around. I just worry when things get tight that he's not going to perform.
Isn't he a guy like when he's in the mix, we say like, oh fuck, why didn't we take Todd? He made sense, and he's 100-something-1. He gained strokes putting in 7 of 8 starts here.
That's pretty good. I could bet 100, definitely. I don't particularly see him having a chance to win, but if you want me to bet 100, I can. I thought you had interest in McNeely.
I do. I have a lot of interest in McNeely. I was hoping but I just don't get the number. Why they price this guy at 60? He hasn't finished in the top 20 this year.
He hasn't?
I think his best finish is a T19.
Wow. What about the players?
No, he got T9 at the Players.
Okay, yeah, T9 at the Players. That's his only top 20.
T6 in Phoenix and T13 in Mexico, but those were Sunday charges.
Yeah, I just feel like maybe I'm just thinking he hasn't contended. Like there's so many spots this week. I'm like this year where I've been like I think McNeely could play well, and like he just doesn't. Then he goes to the alternate event in Carolina, and he finishes 45th or something. Like, and we expect him to come out here and beat so I just don't. I like him, and I think he's gaining. Something's happening with him. He's all of a sudden he's incredible off the tee, and that's something he's been horrible at. He's been working with Butch. Okay, and now he's good off the tee all of a sudden. Okay, great prospect, one of the best amateur players in the world. Struggles. He's working with Butch. Now he's gaining 2-3 strokes per event off the tee, and he's shown up in big events. I don't know what to think of him. Yeah, driver, he's lost strokes bad here in the last 2, but again, he's a complete different player now, right? But
Yeah.
he's losing strokes in approach every week, but he's gaining off the tee. He gained 5 strokes off the tee in the PGA Championship. He finished 22nd, his best finish in a major by a mile.
Yeah. He doesn't have great history here, though.
No, but he's gained strokes and approach every single time. And if you pair that with the hot driver and the fact that he can bang putts on any course in the world.
Yeah. I don't hate it.
He's
I don't
top
hate
five
it.
in
He definitely
putting.
needs to gain 5 strokes putting, though, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's not going to gain enough on approach.
You know what's weird? He's lost strokes putting the last few, and I like that.
You like it?
Very.
He's not going to lose
Yeah, definitely.
again.
I mean, he's basically Jordan's a shitty version of Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, and he's good
Like
on
a real-
small greens.
Like Jordan Spieth sucks at golf, so does McNeely, but they both have great qualities,
Yeah,
like a pieces of their game.
his face is not one of those great qualities, but
So, just a weird observation. I have always viewed Caesars as the sharpest book, for better or worse. I don't know. I don't even really use them that much. But they have Mav down to 40-1, but you can get him with a 6 on any other book. So somebody pounded Mav on Caesars. 66-1 though, still on MGM.
see, I like. But why isn't he fucking 80 or 90?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I can picture it. I really can picture it, and I've been thinking about the spot to bet him at. But all the times I've passed on him, I've looked back and like, oh yeah, I wanted McNeely. He finished 48th.
Yeah, I know. I know you've been talking about McNeely a lot this year.
But I really haven't pulled the trigger on him very much.
Right.
So, and it's worked out well. So I don't know what to think. Like, is this a spot?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. We got to think about that one. Got to think about him and Spieth.
What does Caesars have at Spieth? Just for curiosity.
What was that? I'm sorry.
What does Caesars have for Spieth?
Oh, Caesars. They have 20-1. And that's
Okay.
really the only like big anomaly I've seen. Yeah, I've just noticed they're just a tad sharper than most books. I mean, a guy that we were talking about earlier, and I'm on him, although I hate his little fat self. Tom Kim is 45-1 on there, but I'm sitting on 60-1 from FanDuel. That's still a thing, still there.
Interesting.
Yeah, Tom, I think 60 is a good number. I just think he's kind of out of form. Good course for him. Never played here. The other guy I was looking at was Keegan. Starting to see things with Keegan. He was kind of dead for a while, start the season, but the last 3, I mean, 4.1 approach at Heritage, 4.8 at Wells, 2.5 at the PGA. He 6.6 off the tee at the PGA, finished 18th. Yeah, I think he's like up to 65-1. I think that's a good number, no?
It is. I don't know if
I think so.
It's tough. I know you can't really picture him winning there, right?
I didn't seem like a Colonial guy to me. I don't know why.
But I feel like he's just better than a lot of these guys.
What's he done in Texas in his life? Is a lot.
Let's see. I don't think he plays in Texas. The only time he's played here was the COVID year. He finished 32nd. I don't think he plays in Texas ever.
Devon, do you have my model up?
I do.
Tell me where he ranks in strokes gained total in Texas.
He doesn't
Strokes
play in
gained
Texas.
total Texas. This is last 36 rounds. Spieth's actually number 1.
Shocker.
There's Seabass at number 10.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't play in Texas, but he played 2022 Valero. He finished 8th.
Yeah. Keegan's 42nd.
Can you give me the top 10 on that?
Yeah. It goes Jordan 1, Scotty 2, Tony 3, Justin Rose 4, a guy that I'm on here at 5, Gary, 6, Cooch, 7, Grillo, 8, Akshay, 9, Siwoo, and 10, Two Glove Rye.
None of those are surprising.
No, not at all. I thought you said Seabass was 10.
He's tied. It's 10-10. So I guess they're tied at 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes 9, 10, 10, 12. So yeah, T10, Rye and Seabass.
Is Sungjae? Where's Sungjae in that?
Sungjae is I just saw him. I think middle of the. Yeah, 40, right next
already
to
bet
Brian
Sanjay?
and Keegan.
Yeah.
You did bet Sanjay?
But you're not feeling him anymore?
I was thinking maybe the better play is to bet some of these guys at 66. Just pass on Sanjay. But I don't know. I think we got to bet Spieth.
What about Mav?
If we get a 25, I don't know. Mavs, it's just
Sucks at golf.
Mavs. It's a tough way. Like we just got to bank on a +6 strokes putting.
You know what? PGA Tour would love a Spieth Scheffler duel. Oh my God.
The PGA Tour would love anything to do with Jordan Spieth, but a Spieth Scheffler duel would be great. But anything to do with Spieth is a ratings bonanza. I don't know if he can do it, but I don't know. Anybody else?
I looked into this guy. Well, I took Eckroat at 80-1. Played well here last year. I think he's flushing it for the most part this year.
Too much love this week, though. Now I don't know.
I agree. It pisses me off to see that I slammed 80-1, and now it's down to 60 with the whole world on him. He's not going to win. I just think that was like, what is this? But did you guys look at Glover at all? I looked at him. I kind of turned away from it. But
I told you a few months ago he's had his last win.
That's not true. He's going to win again. It feels like a good course, but I feel like he shows it. He's like Grillo. They just show form.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So we're considering Spieth and Maverick.
Yeah. Nobody else down the board. Pat Rogers.
Can't win.
Damn, Gary's 200.
Fuck, I had 150.
Toasty 225. I think we got to bet Toasty. No,
225.
Yeah.
Where's that?
Your boy better golf. That's a good number, no? Holy
yeah,
hell!
it is.
He lost 8 on approach last week.
8 on approach.
He was up there though. Remember we had the South American bet?
Yeah, I do remember that. He was good for a while. He was horrible on Sunday. So Saturday he shot like 9 over.
Yeah, he was beating Neiman's ass in top South American market, and he shot 8-9 over on Saturday. I don't know what he did Sunday.
All right, so we know the plays here. We're going on 2 hours here again.
Yeah, good show. All right, yeah. So Tony Finau, definite on the card. Sanjay M, definite on the card. Who was the other retard we bet? Oh fuck, I can't say that.
We'll bleep that.
Seabez, right? 50. And Todd, that serial killer Todd.
Yeah, you can say that.
And then 25 on Spieth. I think that's the play. How do you feel about it? Give me your honest opinion on it.
Me?
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I mean, my honest opinion is I think there's something wrong, but I also think if our goal is to beat Scotty, he's one of the few who can.
Yeah.
And I'd like going into the week not thinking like, oh, we got fucking Seabez and Todd. Like we at least have a guy, if he has his A game, that can beat Scotty. Like I would feel a lot better going into the week. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I feel the way about Finau. I think Finau can beat Scotty.
Finau is the best play on that whole thing. So
absolutely. And then Spieth, yeah, I mean.
All right, I gotta head to basketball too, so we're running too late.
All right. Good luck.
All right,
Let's all lick our
fellas.
wounds. Get back in the winner's circle. Here we go.
All right, I love Brett.